The other news is that our president, Mr. Barack Obama, through the head of the Department of Homeland Security, is trying to clip back some of these local police departments, such as the crazy sheriff out in Arizona, from enforcing immigration on local immigrants. And I always find it's very funny, when they say, well, we want to deputize the police because these people are breaking the law, and we should be enforcing the law. The police should be allowed to arrest anybody who's here illegally, and that's the arguments you find, for getting the police involved in immigration. But the one thing I never heard anybody talk about on the radio, whether they're for or on their television or anything else, whether they are for police being able to arrest illegal aliens, or in New York City having a more don't ask, don't tell policy, where unless you are actually going to be jailed, that the police are not going to ask about your immigration status. The one thing I've never ever heard anybody discuss in all of this rancor and loud arguments over immigration, and it's always the people who are against helping immigrants are always use the same argument. Why are we going to give somebody some sort of immigration benefit? They're lawbreakers. They have broken the law of the United States of America, and we should be arresting these people, and we should be sending them home. That's what you hear, like the sheriff out in Arizona and everything else. And that's really, almost like a code word. It's kind of got into the discussion on immigration, and and this is all going to come to a boil next year when Obama really goes full force in trying to change the immigration laws. But one thing you never really discuss is, the fact that a person is here in the United States illegally. They have not committed a crime. There is no such thing as a crime of being illegal. You cannot go to jail. You can't be arrested on a criminal and go to criminal jail, okay, because you are here illegally. But when you hear the people argue against immigration reform, and when you hear, the people saying we don't want immigrants here, they are lawbreakers. They're basically kind of got into the subconscious of Americans that people who are here out of status, they have broken some criminal law. There is no law that says because you live here in the United States illegally, you are a criminal. If you have violated your immigration status, you have violated a civil statute, not a criminal statute. Yet everybody's saying these people are criminals. They should be arrested and deported. In what other area of law anywhere, if for anybody who breaks a civil statute, does that mean that you now have to sit in a jail for 6 months to get deported? There is no other area, and I think that people have really mistook what being illegal is. Being illegal in the United States is a civil offense. Doesn't carry any criminal penalties whatsoever. It is not a crime to come here on a visitor's visa and overstay your time. Have you violated a civil law of the United States? Yes. Have you committed a crime? No. It has never, ever, ever been a crime in 200 years of America for somebody to have violated their immigration status. Now, you may have seen situations like the kosher meatpacking place in Idaho or Iowa or wherever it was, that they arrested everybody who was working there. Now, those people who got arrested there, those illegal immigrants who got arrested and charged criminally, they were not charged criminally because they were illegal in the United States. They were charged criminally because they provided their employer with a false document that said they were somebody else, or that they were a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. So it is a crime to present a false document. in order to get work. Okay? It is not a crime just to live in the United States illegally. Does it subject you to deportation? Absolutely. Have you violated a civil law? Absolutely. Have you committed a crime? Absolutely not. And you've never committed a crime. It's never been criminal to do this in 200 plus years of America. And nobody ever brings that up. Because everybody says, oh, if you violated your status, you're a criminal. I don't think so. Law doesn't say so. But what you hear from the commentators is that it is. And I think it's about time. It's been bothering me. And I think it's about time that people get on radio and on television and say what it is. Violating your visa status is not a crime.